Hey there, everybody. It is time for story time. It's a little bit later than normal, but, the craziness approves. There's always something going on. So it was a long day, but so many cool people today and getting to deal with so many cool animals. I couldn't just skip out on story time. So I have with me a gargoyle gecko. Now, if you're familiar with geckos, you've probably seen these guys a little bit more often lately. Just like the crested gecko, which we sell pretty regularly here, this is a New Caledonian species. And New Caledonia is off in the Pacific Ocean, more east of Australia. So it's its own island chain, and they have very, very specific types of geckos there. Now the gargoyle gecko gets its name because of its statuesque kind of stance that it always takes, and also because of some of the coloring and patterning on it. Now, gargoyle geckos, especially as they get older, can have lots of various oranges, reds, and even some yellows on them. Usually it's in the form of stripes that go down their back. But especially as babies, we notice them just with these various shades of grays, blacks, and browns. Now, all this is meant to be camouflage. New Caledonia has a lot of very old jungle covered in lots of mosses and lichens and stuff. So literally when these guys are sitting up against a tree, it's very likely that you wouldn't notice them, because if this guy was sitting on a piece of bark, you can't tell me that you would automatically see him there. Even when we look at his eyes and the pattern on his head, you'll see that it's meant to mimic all the different things that might be growing on the side of a tree or side of a rock. So it makes these guys camouflage absolutely amazing. Now, like a lot of other geckos, they are very, very good at climbing and jumping. They have special toe pads on their special toe pads on all of their feet that allow them to grip onto anything. And it's called cilia. And basically it's these little hair-like things that are almost microscopic in nature, and they can find the grooves on just about anything. So that means they can also climb on glass. They'll find all the imperfections on it and be able to climb up. Their tail also works in the same manner. You can see how he's curling it there? He has a prehensile tail. That means he can use his tail, if need be, to grip onto stuff. Now, we don't like them hanging by their full body weight by their tail, as it can break the tail off. But they do grow it back. There are certain species of geckos that don't grow their tails back, like the crested gecko, also from New Caledonia, doesn't grow its tail back if it falls off, but these guys can. So they'll use their tail just to help basically with some extra grip if they're falling from branches or vines. Now, one of the cool things about them is the distance that they can jump. Typically, they can go 3 times their own body length. Apparently, he can't stick to my phone, though. Hi, buddy. There you go. So they can jump 3 times their body length. Now, from nose to vent, they can sometimes get upwards of 6 to 8 inches long. They'll appear a little bit longer because of their tail being in there. But even as an adult, that means they then can jump that much bigger. These are absolutely amazing geckos. They're becoming more and more common in the pet trade. More and more people are breeding them. All of ours are captive bred. I have a guy I regularly get these from who's a regular customer. We also happen to buy our isopods and our millipedes from. So we're always kind of going back and forth on animals and trading in different things and getting in new variations of stuff. So with that being said, I'm always thankful that we have these really cool animals. And since it's November and continuing with our Thanksgiving theme, I have a book called Twas the Day After Thanksgiving. It's a Lift the Flap story by Mavis Smith. So I figured this would be a really good book to read for today, because I'm just thankful that we have animals and that I have a cool job and all the stuff that goes on here. So, 'twas the day after Thanksgiving, and all through the house a family ate leftovers. Yum, yum, said a mouse. They had turkey for breakfast with toast and jelly. The mouse ate the crumbs and patted his belly. For lunch, turkey burgers with pickles and chips. Delicious, cried the mouse as he licked his lips. By dinner, the family craved something new. But what was Mom cooking? It was turkey stew. When Dad served a turkey dessert, the family let out a groan. But the mouse scooped it up with the turkey's wishbone. Back in his kitchen, the mouse made a wish for a very unusual Thanksgiving dish. A few minutes later, the front doorbell rang. "You've won a free pizza," a delivery boy sang. "Hooray," they all cried, "something different to eat." But the pizza was covered with turkey meat. "Let's give thanks for this food," said the mouse in a toast, "and for time spent with loved ones, that's what matters the most." So this was a fun, short little book. I really like the message of this one, that you just need to be thankful for what you have, because there's always somebody out there who has way less than you. So whether you don't think you're getting enough food, or it's not the right kind of food, or the right texture, or it's not the right brand, or you didn't get the brand new game you wanted, or gaming system or something, there's somebody else out there who would absolutely love the things you already have. So we need to be thankful for the things that we do have. So that's what this month is all about to me. That's what this book is all about. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning about our gargoyle gecko friend, and I hope you enjoyed our book, "Twas the Day After Thanksgiving" by Mavis Smith. We'll see you guys next time.